Hello and welcome to the TMC Newsroom. My name is Rich Tehrani. Thanks for watching. We are at Interrupt 2011 in Las Vegas, Nevada. On our program, Patrik, Petterson, Business Development Manager, Technology Partner Program, Axis Communications. Patrik, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
So tell me a little bit about your company. You're in the video space, right?
Yes, Axis is a manufacturer of network video surveillance cameras. We're a Swedish company based out of Lund, Sweden. We're the market leader in network video surveillance, and we're the world's second largest camera manufacturer out there. That's even if you lump together traditional analog cameras as well as IP cameras.
Now, you are kind of coming out to the IT community again, right, to reintroduce yourself now.
Correct. Axis introduced the world's first network camera here at Interop in 1996. Since then, we focused very heavily on the physical security channel. Of course, that is a channel that would primarily use this type of technology, trying to transition that market from the old analog CCTV systems over to more IP-based open platform systems. So coming back here for us is really I wouldn't say re-engagement, because we've always had very loyal channel partners within the IT channel, but you can tell that coming back here that our brand is not quite what it was in the physical security channel, so we think we need to re-engage a little bit.
So that's what brought you back, really, just the
Exactly.
re-engagement with the channel.
Correct.
Okay. And what have you heard here at the event?
Very positive feedback. First of all, it's surprising how many customers come to us, and this is often end users that know of our technology, early adopters, but talk about cameras they bought from us 10 years ago, 11 years ago. And they're surprised to see that the product line, how the portfolio has grown, and what we're doing in the surveillance space. So it's been a very positive feedback to us. Another interesting part is we hear a lot about video at this show, and we tend to get lumped together with IPTV or content delivery type of video. Mm-hmm. And I think it's important to realize that network surveillance is a content generating video.
Absolutely. So you said companies are surprised, or your past customers are surprised at how your product line has grown. How has it grown? Can you summarize that for us?
Absolutely. When we start with our first network cameras, they were very low frame rate, very low resolution. And we've now moved to cameras that are focused on HD TV standards. So we have video surveillance products that are 720p compliant, 1080p compliant. So the resolutions are growing, the frame rates are faster. We can do multiple streaming out of the products to accommodate mobile devices, high frame rate surveillance on premise, but even now to a hosted platform. Wow. Where we can stream video off to the cloud that requires very little infrastructure on premise.
With that kind of quality, you can see if someone's stealing a pack of Splenda, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean,
you can see if it's one or two packets. How many did they just put in their pocket?
Exactly. Or if they shave that morning, right?
Exactly.
But that is really the benefit of digital video, is we've gone from interlaced video to progressive scan, and anybody who buys a flat screen TV today, they know they can find a 1080i or 1080p TV. Well, the I stands for interlaced, the P stands for progressive scan, and we all know progressive scan is better because it refreshes all the pixels on the screen, and that's really where the network video is shining above the old traditional analog technologies.
And the interlace is basically every other
line,
right? Every
rotating.
other line. So theoretically, there's a little more of a kind of a effect of like that TV flicker effect, I guess, is what
Correct.
you see, right?
You can get at high motion, which usually when an incident happens, people are moving fast through the scene. Or it's a sleight of hand scenario, which means you see image tearing.
Short thieves have a very slow or a very short life, right? If you're you get caught pretty quickly.
Exactly. So it's and when it comes to video surveillance, I think we have a lot to teach this market. But essentially, these guys and the VARs, the integrators, and the customers here, what they don't know is that they're already deploying 90% of the infrastructure that's required for network surveillance video. And Axis is coming to say, we are ready to educate you on the last 10% of what you need to know. And that's going to be photography and optics, and it's going to be surveillance strategy. Where do I place cameras, and what type of camera do I pick for certain pieces? So we think that this market, who has gone through a VoIP transition, moving from the telephony to IP telephony as it sits, is ready for, again, embrace this type of technology as a value proposition to what they to what they sell.
Well, no doubt everything's going to IP, and it's obvious that cameras had to. Now, the question I have is, in terms of network bandwidth and capacity, do network managers have to be concerned about adding that traffic to their networks?
Well, we've heard here at the show, and many folks are talking about the concern about video on the network. And as I stated earlier, it's much about fixed content delivery. Network cameras don't plug in on a network and just blindly stream video within that infrastructure. You have a software application that defines exactly what resolution, what frame rate, and what compression rate do you want, compression type do you want to use on the video. Traditionally, when network cameras first came out, we were all motion JPEG.
Right.
Today, we've transitioned to H.264, which significantly reduces the bandwidth requirements.
Now, what about how you sell? Do you go to the channel? Is that your distribution?
Yeah, we're a very loyal two-tier distribution model, which means that we have focused distributors who then engage with resellers. But Axis also has a very active in-the-field sales force. The purpose of our sales force is to support all of our channel partners, resellers, and VARs on sales calls to help them over that hurdle when they're first trying to engage with physical security.
So we've got a lot of resellers that are in the TMC community that are likely watching. So the question I have is, why should they call you in terms of potentially adding your product line to, let's say, their SIP trunking and their PBX product line that they have? Why do they call you? And maybe they have a low-end telepresence.
Absolutely. Surveillance can do many different things for folks. It could be perimeter defense, if that's what they're looking for, but it could also prevent that IT infrastructure, such as cameras and data center and the server closets. There's many compliances and standards out there, be it retail or others, where cameras are actually required to watch certain pieces of equipment for credit card transactions perhaps, or other business critical systems. What we're also hearing from the VARs and the resellers that have engaged with us here is that very often they do actually get asked if they can do the surveillance component.
Right.
But they instead go, no, you know, I know a guy that does that, and they bring somebody in. That person then, of course, proposes a traditional DVR with coax cabling and CCTV, and we're thinking, we have a product now that's evolved so far beyond that, and the IT guys, if you can lump them together like that, the IT guys, essentially, they already understand the IP addressing, how to configure. This is just another node to them. Perfect. So why not take on that offering?
Makes sense. Thanks for being on the program. This is
all
great.
right. Thank you.